At this point, Jufei seriously suggested, if possible, I think it's a good opportunity to invest in JX Pharmaceutical now. It's possible that there will be more than 10 times the return on investment in a few years. Zin waved his hand and said, no matter how big the pharmaceutical company is, it will be worth 100 billion. It's very big, we still focus on the bigger market and opportunities. This ocean-going project is the key to the internationalization of the Su family. Ziyu wanted to say something, but she swallowed it to her lips and nodded and said, get back to the subject. Dad, which one do you think we should contact first? I still think that Ito Takehiko has internal and external troubles, and other things involve energy, or the Takahashi family as a whole is more appropriate. Zin looked towards Jufei and asked, Jufei, what do you think? Jufei immediately said, if you listen to people persuading you to eat a full meal, I think you should listen to Ziyu. After all, those who investigate have the right to speak. Zin nodded with satisfaction, and said with a smile, you two brothers and sisters are the most outstanding among your peers. If you two work together, you must be famous throughout the country, and even the world. Jufei said with a smile, I don't dare to compare with Ziyu. This girl is a pervert. At the age of 22, she is mentally mature and like 44. I really don't know what kind of person I have to find in the future to be cured. Ziyu glared at him and said angrily, I want you to worry about my business? Think about yourself first. You have been in love with that Sarah for so long, when are you going to confess to her? Jufei with a big embarrassment, he blurted out, don't talk nonsense. Sarah and I are acquaintances, not even friends. Of course. Ziyu snorted, and said contemptuously, you meet someone. Even if you can't speak well, of course even friends can't do it. Zin on the side of them frowned and asked him, Jufei, do you have ideas about that girl from the Jiyu family? No, Dad. Jufei hurriedly waved his hand, I just admire her, simple as that. Zin nodded, paused for a while, and then said, Gu's girl is really good. If you really like her, I don't have any objection. I'm just afraid that your grandpa won't look down on Gu's family, then it will be difficult. Jufei, upon hearing this, was overjoyed, and blurted out, Dad, are you really okay? Ziyu blurted out, Brother, are you stupid? Can't you hear that Dad is deliberately deceiving you? Ah. Jufei panicked, and hurriedly looked at Zin. Dad, what do you mean? Zin sighed and said seriously, Jufei, you are not as smart as your sister. Jufei suddenly became embarrassed. Zin had a face at this time, saying, you are the son of the Su family and the third-generation heir of the future Su family, and the strength of the Jiyu family is really not enough in front of the R family. Your grandfather will definitely not agree to it, nor do I. You will agree, don't forget, the girl from the Jiyu family has been engaged to Changying's son since childhood, and I and Changying are at odds, and I will never let you marry the girl from the Jiyu family in future. Jufei sighed. Dad, when did that happen? The millet is old and rotten. Besides, hasn't Changying's son have been missing for many years? Zin looked at him and said solemnly, leave aside this matter. Your grandfather once discussed with me about your marriage. He even hopes that after completing the internationalization of the Su family, you can marry the eldest daughter of the top American family. This will be more beneficial to our overseas expansion. Domestically, it is no one who can deserve your. Jufei was a little anxious and blurted out, Dad, I don't like American women. Zin said solemnly, this kind of thing has never been related to liking the word. It's nothing more than a pair, understand? Jufei was a little depressed at once. Ziyu on the side reminded him at this moment, Dad, let me declare first, I don't care how you arrange my brother, but no one is allowed to influence my marriage in the future. Jufei exclaimed, Hey, Ziyu. You just sold your brother like that? No. Ziyu said calmly, we are in different situations. If I find a man who can make my heart beat, I will marry him, from the Su family. Nothing has anything to do with me anymore. In the future, I will give birth to children without the surname Su, but you are different. You are going to inherit the Su family. Jufei was speechless. The expression is very depressed. Zin looked at Ziyu helplessly, and reminded, The premise for you to find the object is that he has to be the right one. Ziyu waved his hand. What is the right one? Does not exist. Who is this lady fancy? Who, whether he is the king of heaven, or the trafficker? Bullshit. Zin said annoyedly. In case he is really a pauper, what can you guarantee for your life's happiness? Ziyu curled her lips. I don't believe it. My dignified Su family can't afford a pauper?